shut down the stream and put it back up and it was wild.
Lost
I think
a
I went from
follower.
getting like 50 or 60 down to 30, under 30.
DJ.
You just miss your mouth, man.
It was wet lettuce, and it just was slimy, and it got me.
Wet lettuce.
New band name.
Everything.
Nice. That's actually a good one.
What did we name me and Hayden when we played Rock Band 4 a lot when it first came out? We named our band Bing Dang Ow.
Damn.
And he totally got it. It was pretty hilarious.
Holy fool.
That was one of the band members.
We too low.
Bing Dang Ow worldwide tour, baby.
Oh shit.
Legend.
Oh man. Oh, he had to get up and leave. I was gonna tell him to make sure he got some wacky news.
I'm sure he's got wacky news, right?
No, he said no.
Oh, did
I'm
he say no?
sleepy, dude. I just watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2.
Nice. I watched that one.
I didn't like it nearly as much as the first. Well, I did, dude. Like I didn't, and then by the end of it, I was like, it's got me in my feels.
I like the soundtrack of it.
Oh, the soundtracks are amazing.
Yeah.
The sounds.
Did you see that Endgame is 3 hours and 20 minutes or something long?
Good. I like long movies.
Damn.
What was? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Avengers
yeah, the Endgame.
You know, everybody sounds low to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm wearing low.
Can you hear me?
You think you can wrangle up some wacky news before we get to you on that?
Damn, I think I had some and I forgot. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, if I don't have it, I usually look it up while we're talking.
Okay. Because we're prepared, people.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are
We're
we?
always prepared. We aren't people who fly by the seat of our pants or anything.
We always have
Everything.
anything you want.
Baby,
Holy fook.
Oh man.
let go of me.
Yeah, I fell asleep while I was watching it. Rephrase. I started getting sleepy. It was after my mom was hanging out. She left, and the movie was still on. I started getting kind of sleepy. I'm like, I'm gonna pause this and take a nap.
Did you take a nap?
Fuck was that?
What was that? Did you see that?
Yeah, it had
Dude,
to be
yeah.
dust.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck. It was like floating, right?
Are we
See,
starting this again?
See what it is I've got a light. I've got an LED light laying down. It's like wall mount. It's one of those under the counter lights, but I've got it lying down, shooting light up underneath my camera, and that's why it's so bright without anything shining on my face at all, because it's all behind my monitor. It's got to be just that light highlighting specks of dust and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
At least that's what the story I'm sticking with.
Yeah.
Stay for a new Wolfenstein game.
I haven't even played the new one.
I haven't
Slow
played
down,
Wolfenstein
Wolfensteins.
2. I've only played the New Order. I haven't played the new Colossus because it hasn't been on sale enough for me.
Yeah, same here.
Thanks for the host, Yankees.
Yankees with the host.
All right, I got one that'll be weird.
All right.
Only because it pertains to me and what I would do in that 4 years. I'd probably be pissed off.
Okay. We shall see, I guess. Let's see. Come over.
Did you know?
Today.
All right. So, I got anything before we go?
I don't think so.
I don't know what that means.
Well, bye.
Pascal left. That's what he had.
He's like, yeah, I got something for you. Fuck you, bitches.
Fuck you, bitches, I'm out. And he's back.
Back.
In the saddle again.
This hard part.
It's like I press mute to vape and then it goes off. Weird.
I can hear you, Yankees.
Okay, so I guess we're ready then. Yankees over here breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, this is where we get our bloopers, although we blew all our bloopers before we started.
Yeah, I blew my bloopers everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Telling you, like, everything doesn't sound. I don't know.
Today.
La 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 la
Loud?
la. Yeah, it looks. I mean, it
La, la,
looks.
la, la, la.
My levels look good, so.
Levels.
Can you hear us, Yankee?
Yeah, I mean, it's showing good when I look over on the like the meters. Be fine. It might just be I'm wearing this toboggan. So, Eldora, how'd you do?
It's toboggan?
A dirt track. Toboggan. Beanie.
Oh, I thought that was an Explorer.
A toboggan's a sled, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Huh?
Yeah. It's a wooden sled with feet that drive it.
Yeah, a toboggan. Yeah, I've gotten the same argument before where they're like, "It's not a toboggan."
Yeah. A long, narrow sled used for the sport of coasting downhill over snow or ice. It is typically made of a lightweight board that is curved upward and backward at the front.
If you say so.
Yeah. Grandma Nazi.
The toboggan. Damn it.
It's a baklava. Oh no, that covers your whole face.
Listen, in Kentucky,
Baklava.
it's a toboggan. Okay, it's Kentucky. We do it that way.
Can't argue that.
Oh, here, toboggan. What is a toboggan? A hat or a sled?
It's a fucking sled.
Several years ago, I had some friends
Maybe
who
it's
were
both.
Yankees, and they were pretty darn proud of it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
All right, so we ready? We ready?
I'm ready for you.
Ready, baby.
Every push needs a friend.
Insertion in.
5, 4, 3.
Hello, you turkeys, and welcome to episode 28 of the SideQuest Gaming Podcast. Pascal is frozen.
I can do that too, Pascal.
What? We're on the wrong thing, too. What the hell is going on here? Which one of these is really frozen? We have to redo that. Pascal's like, get to the Java.
It's this big.
I got a tiny pecker. Oh shit! Where's my phone? Oh, I
At the
don't have my
Pekka,
phone
the
on me.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, I do have a phone. I gotta take a picture of it and send it to you. I got it. Gunta! Dude, I could not concentrate with your ass the other day. I'm telling you that.
The best part about
Gunta.
He says, come on.
My
He's
PC
got the
crashed
blue
screen.
screen.
Ruh-roh.
Good, I guess we get to start over.
Getting sweaty. That's fine. I was looking at the wrong side of the camera. I realized my face isn't shown when I'm doing the countdown except to you guys, but I forgot I moved again.
It does look weird. You got a new
I went to the
angle.
top right of the monitor here, and what's weirded me out the most is the fact that everything behind me is crooked.
a Spider-Man poster behind you.
No,
Who's
I
that?
have Nausicaa, a Japanese dragon, Equilibrium, and Team Solo Mid.
There you go.
TSM.
TSM.
TSM. I'm shocked that he didn't know that that's what Team Solo Mid was. I guess he just only knows him as TSM
Ooh, I don't
and
know.
never knew what it stood for.
Ooh.
I didn't really. Pascal, does he watch any? I don't know.
didn't.
The only thing I've ever watched TSM play in is League. I know they have other teams, but
Yeah, I watch him on, well,
Vices,
Halifax.
right? And-
Yeah, Vis and Halifax got in now.
Wow. Kotaku is reporting that Minecraft update removes all mentions of Notch, the game's creator. Stupid
Ooh.
Microsoft. He's back?
He's back. Can you hear us?
I can hear my
This
messages
big.
going through.
It's this big.
Eatsy beatsy.
Teeny weensy.
Hey, I think we sang that song twice now before, and I never got to tell you guys. I applied as a 7-year-old kid to be in that commercial.
Which commercial?
It's Teensy Weensy Teeny Tiny
Yellow polka dot
Beanie.
bikini?
No, the Beanie Weenies commercial.
I've never heard the Beanie Weenies commercial.
Oh yeah, it was pretty popular back in the early to late '80s, and I applied for it, but obviously I didn't get it. I wonder if I would remember any of the people who were there at the audition and be like, "You beat me, coming for you,
bastards." He's back.
He's back. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah. I have no idea.
All right. 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of the Side Quest.
Rewind. You didn't call them turkeys.
Fuck, it felt weird. Go again.
5, 4, 3.
Hello, you turkeys, and welcome to episode 28 of the Side Quest Gaming Podcast, a weekly podcast where 4 longtime friends get together and shoot the shit about video games, movies, TV shows, and whatever Sasquatch Nugget's choking on over there.
And it ain't the D.
Oh, don't choke on the D. As usual.
Second time, Adro. That was number 3.
As per usual, I am your host, and I can't get through the opening little spiel without laughing. To my left, to my right, to the left, to my right, over here.
Your left, his right.
Is fuck.
Who is that?
Squatch,
I know who it is. I'm just like, what is he?
So many names.
He's one of your hosts. Terry, you take it away.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
And above me we have the Zach.
That's me.
And diagonal, where my left, my right, your left would be Pascal.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, and that's my way of trying to offload some work. So, yeah, what's up, guys? Hey, dog in the background.
That scared me.
I can't think of the word. Get back to me.
Barely. Is he low to you all?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Everyone said I'm low. I don't know what the problem is. I turned my mic all the way back up. It's all the way up in Discord.
Put it back in your face.
I mean, it's pretty close. I don't want it on my chest.
I want to hear your heartbeat.
You're a lot different than that girl from last night, then. She wanted it
Family
all
steamer.
over her chest. So, anyway, yeah, this is a video game podcast mostly, where we sit around talking about video games, TVs, and movies. So it's not really, I guess, just a video game podcast. But yeah, we got some news to cover this week. And to wrap it all up, we got some wacky, wild news. We also all watched the same movie. Who picked that? Zach.
This guy.
Picked a movie called Brick that was available on Netflix. We tried to get you guys to watch it throughout the week. I don't know if anybody did. But if you did, you're going to get a chance to talk about it. So everybody here watched it, right? Did you get a chance, Nugget?
Yep, I finished it up about 30 minutes ago.
Nice. And we also all played the new Battlefield Battle Royale. What is it called? Firestorm? Firestorm. So I'm sure we'll all talk about that. But first, we got to play a little game.
Is the small UFO in XCOM, Enemy Unknown, the Firestorm.
Oh, ding, ding,
ding. The more you know. So anyway, before we do any of that stuff, we have got to play a little game of catch up where we just fill everybody in on what we've been doing all week. So I'm going to let the German take it away.
Hey, yeah. I watched the movie that we wanted to watch, but we get to that in a minute. And then I watched. No, I didn't. Did I? Yeah, I think we did. I think we finished the season 8 of Supernatural. I think we did. Maybe we did that last week. I don't know. I'm lost. And that was it with watching movies, I guess. Did I watch something else? No, nothing really important that I want to discuss, at least. And I didn't really play that much. I mean, sort of, but like I said before, I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider first. The Shadow of the Tomb Raider. and kind of almost at the end I kind of stopped because the pacing was turning me off. So I went to the game before, the Rise of the Tomb Raider. I did finish that one, and then I went back to Shadow of the Tomb Raider and finished that as well. So I basically,
Did you ever play the first one?
No, but I watched streams of that, and it's kind of like those games. I remember like back in the day when Oblivion came out. Before I actually played it, a friend of mine played it, and I watched the whole thing because I didn't have an Xbox at that time. And man, that kind of ruined the game in the beginning for me. Like I didn't want to play it anymore. And that's the same thing with Tomb Raider. Like I kind of knew how everything would happen and the plot twist or whatever, the stories. I was like, I don't really want to play it. So that's why I didn't watch any gameplay of the second or third. Enjoyed it. I would give both games maybe 4. What would I give them? Second one I would give an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. The third one I would give it a 7 out of 10. So both of them are still good, if not great games. Then I played Battlefield Firestorm quite a lot on the big launch day. I think I got like 4 or 5 wins out of like 10 matches. And then I played with you guys a little bit. And then yesterday again with my buddy that just got the game.
AKA, I played with a bunch of streamer guys and we got wins day in, day out. That I played with you guys and didn't get shit.
No, that's fine. It's just the squad I played with. No, the squad I played with, we have been playing Battlefield since Battlefield 2, basically. Like we've been like a tight group, so we kind of know how everybody plays, So that's why we, I think, had a better chance of survival because
No
we all
hot
knew.
dog down the hallway in that group.
But I have to say though, yesterday I probably had the most fun out of all of it because we kind of like played more casual in a way, but still I think we made it second place in the end. We just had bad placing, right? But in the end, I think West TJ, you were there, that we went second place, so it was kind of cool.
Sounds like you needed some Gunter in your life.
We just didn't. I don't know. I think we just didn't have a lot of time to play either in that matter, like because I had to get up early and we all kind of ended then when I left, I guess. But I still enjoyed it, especially playing with friends. But yeah, so that's basically what I played. I didn't play a lot of things. I'm going to keep my week pretty short because there's not a lot. Like, I mean, it's Battlefield and you guys know on stream and Spotify that I always play Battlefield. So I don't need to talk about that like 24/7. And I'm pretty.
What do you mean?
Well, we're on Spotify and everywhere.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you mean.
For listeners. But yeah, so that was basically it. My week, girlfriend was out of town. Didn't really mean anything because when she's here, I can play as much as I want to, so it doesn't really change the fact. But I think when she was gone, I played less actually now. But I did watch Wes, if that counts as gaming. I did watch him play Hellblade because I couldn't make it. There was, I think, the first or second fight when I played that game. And I killed that guy, and he kept on coming back and back. I'm like, man, this is difficult. I'm done. I gave up. Yeah, I gave up. Kind of like the Bloodborne and Dark Souls syndrome when the difficult, like when you played Sekiro, I think.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like feeling I get. Like, I appreciate the game. I believe and see it's a wonderful game, but it's just like, man, I'm too like not patient enough with the combat, even though it looks like amazing combat and felt like awesome combat, but I just die too much. I don't like to die in games. I like easy mode. So, but yeah, that was my week.
Sweet.
So sweet and short, and I think because I just mentioned Sekiro or whatever it's called, Zach, go.
I'll
Tell
go.
us about your week.
Okay. Does my audio sound better? I found another microphone line to bump up there. So if I sit back here, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I obviously watched Brick, which I've seen quite a few times before. It's one of my favorite movies. That's why I wanted you guys to watch it. I went and saw Us in the theater, the new Jordan Peele movie.
How was it? Was it really scary?
No, actually, it was real interesting. It starts off. I'm gonna try not to give any spoilers because I really think you guys should watch it. It starts off like a traditional horror movie, and then it takes a weird turn and turns into something that feels more like a horror comedy movie almost. And then it takes
Hmm.
another crazy turn, and it just turns into almost a social commentary kind of feel. And it was weird and wild and wacky, and not at all was what I was expecting. And I left the movie really not caring for it. Like, I just left it like, what the fuck did I just watch? And I talked about it with a buddy of mine who had seen it, Deckard, if you guys have played with him. And we talked it out, and I think I want to see it again, actually. Now,
Really?
looking at it from the frame of mind that I'm in now for the movie, I think it might actually be a good watch. And I guess if you have seen Get Out, the style of movie will make more sense because that movie supposedly does the same interesting turns throughout it, kind of, sort of.
From what I've seen from the trailer, it looked like it's like
Supernatural Strangers.
the
that
Strangers.
making-
Yes, thank you.
Is that making Peel kind of like a or one trick pony, as one of my friends likes to say?
It could be. I don't know. I haven't seen Get Out, so I can't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I guess he really enjoys the social commentary aspect of it. It centers on a black family, and then there's a white family in there too that's their friends. And I definitely got the feel of him reversing the general role you get in movies where sometimes it seems like the black families are stereotypical and then the white families seem more real, I guess. And he reversed that a little bit in this one. So the white families are just stereotypical white people. And that was a little
That's racist.
It was a little interesting to watch being on that side of it one time, and I didn't care for it much because their dialogue was totally unbelievable. But
so was the dialogue in a movie I watched this week, but it worked.
yeah, that's true. I understand. But yeah, I would give that currently, without watching it again, I'd give it just like a 5 out of 10. Just an average movie. Might be worth more than that if I go watch it again and get more into it. I think there's a lot of symbolism and stuff behind it, but just at face value, entertainment wise, 5 out of 10. What else did I do? I didn't watch anything else. Not been very much into watching things. I got my new video card all hooked up and plugged
What did
in.
you get?
Tell everybody about this.
I got a gigabyte NVIDIA 2080. The thing is a monster. 8 gigs of RAM. Oh, look at that. We got Angry Bearded Robot in here tonight.
Angry
What's
Robot.
up, dude? Typically, horror is a social commentary. Yeah, I will agree that they are typically social commentaries, but this one was just less veiled than some other ones, I think. It really smashed your face into it at the end. Didn't leave anything open for a whole lot of interpretation, maybe. Or maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah, I got my 2080, got that sucker all installed. Streaming games works like a dream. Battlefield looks amazing, even though, get this shit. Let me complain about this. So, Battlefield, optimized for ray tracing with the 20 series cards from NVIDIA. I'm pumped about that. I want to check out this ray tracing. I go into the options. RTX isn't in there. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on with that? I get Angry Robot on board with it, and he's looking it up, and we find out that the 2080 doesn't have ray tracing enabled if you're in 1080p. But if you're 1440p or 4K, it is. But the 2060 and the 2070 are ray trace enabled at 1080p, at 1440p, and at 4K. But just the 2080, you got to be over 1080.
Why?
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
Like, there's no
anyway.
explanation in it. Why?
No, that just is what it is. So I didn't get to check
Wow.
out ray tracing. Battlefield's a hell of a game, though. That game looks amazing. I played a couple rounds of Conquest. I wasn't against the game, but I'm also not super into the game. I don't know. I don't feel like I have a particularly huge effect as an individual player on the battlefield, and I think that's more what I'm into at this stage in my life in playing video games.
Yeah, but squad based.
Yeah, it's
Very
squad based, but even with the, I
But
don't
even
know.
with one squad, like if you play Conquest, you need 2 good squads to make it
Yeah.
different.
And it
Yeah,
just felt like we just kept getting flanked, and there were just too many people.
Yeah.
Like you shoot 3 or
Kind of
4
a
guys,
big
but then
game of tug of
5 or
war.
6 more guys. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
So,
when you play like the other modes, but yeah, I get you. Totally.
So I'm just feeling I don't know. I could probably get into it and play it more here and there. And I actually kind of had a good time with Firestorm. Um, but I figure we'll do a little roundtable about that here in a little bit. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Taking opinions. I will say I had a blast. My favorite part of playing Firestorm was taking on the character of Gunter, the character model that I played as.
And I couldn't concentrate with this shit going on. I spent more time laughing than I did anything else.
So yeah, so that was Gunter. And then the biggest.
Can we get introduced to Gunter?
Oh yeah, you can get introduced to Gunter if you want. Gunter is a man that likes to kill, and he only goes to places that start with a G, just like his name. And he loves the helicopters and drive-bys. You have the rocket launcher, very good.
and picking up randos was the best.
Oh yeah, well, that's the only reason I was doing it is if there were randos in the stream in the squad, then I was bringing out Gunter for them. And the one guy who started talking like Gunter back to Gunter. Gunter, I've got a rifle here for you.
Until the shit went down, though, then his voice changed. He was
That's
no
true.
longer playing.
It was hard to
not-
play as Gunter in the shit. That was difficult. But yeah, that was a blast. And then my favorite part of the week was playing Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Holy hell, is that an amazing game?
And a
The
really
snake.
big snake.
It's got Wraith in it, right, from Apex?
Amazing.
Run.
Yep. I didn't get any cool runs like that. You don't run cool like that, but man, that snake portion that I think you guys
It
showed up and
scared me.
watched.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I think you missed it, TJ. You should check that out.
I did,
But
I
there's
don't-
just
That was
there's just
badass.
this part where you're sneaking down around in is Adro says, is Shadows Die Twice fun if you're not good at video games? Probably not.
There was a lot of rips in the chat on there. I know when I watched, anyways.
Yeah. It's tough. There's been 3 bosses or so at this point where it took me an hour to beat them. I would just smash my head against the wall over and over and over and over again until I finally beat them, because there's no room for error. Like you get hit twice and you're dead, and you can use two heals, and then you're out of healing, and that only gets you full health one more time. So 4 hits tops in a game it's rough, but it's gorgeous. The game looks amazing, and all the animations are really cool. The fighting and everything doesn't seem cheap. Like I felt like I was losing because I sucked every time, not because the game was
Too difficult. It's basically
too difficult
yeah.
or doing something outside the bounds of what I could deal with. I
Yeah.
feel like that a lot with the Dark Souls games. I feel like, because I've played a little bit, it feels like you're trying to exploit the game to do the things in the game. Oh, I'm gonna trick this monster into coming down here, and he can't walk in this hallway, so I can stab him a whole bunch, and he can't do anything about it because it's impossible to fight him on the field. You know what I mean? You're just kind of glitching out what's in there, and that's what they expect you to do. And Sekiro doesn't feel like that. It's just a straight up fight. You hit, you hit, you hit, you parry, you hit, you parry, you hit, you parry, you hit. Oh, you fucked up and missed. You're dead.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
like
It's
me playing Hellblade last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's like a game, from what I've seen, it's like the game that kind of sets you up. And it's like, oh, you died. It's not because the game was difficult. It's like because you sucked. Like you didn't pay attention to the combat. Like you didn't learn the movements he has. So, and like I think you were at the one stage where the guy like kept on killing you over and over
The
again.
ogre?
Yes, but you figured out how to beat him.
Yeah, that guy who would dive at me and tackle me. And then there's that one time that son of a bitch just threw me off this cliff. He was doing like wrestling moves, and he tackles me and grabs me and tosses me backwards over his head, just right off the edge of the map, and kills me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely.
But yeah, it's great. The snake portion was awesome. You're jumping around, running from a giant white constrictor snake, like fucking giant. Not just like that's a big snake.
Like it wrapped around a village.
Yeah, it wrapped around a village style snake, and you hide in this little shanty thing, and it gets close, and you stab it in the eye, and then it bleeds everywhere, and you're covered in blood. And then I didn't look back because I ran from that son of a bitch because it was gonna get me. Great game. So far, I'm not that far into it. I've killed one real boss, I think, the guy riding the horse. I right now I'd give it a 9 out of 10 though.
Oh,
Just
nice.
because it blends the stealth in so well. Like you actually have to, you can't just go in there and pull an entire room of guys. You have to use the stealth to work around the outside and kill all the easy ones or kill the one big one and then fight through the rest of them. So it does a good job of being a solid action game, but also needing you to use the stealth components in it. You can't just mindlessly slaughter. So I'm excited to get back into playing that. I think I'm gonna play that some more tomorrow night. Maybe stream a little bit of it.
Nice. Do it.
Oh, personal news: I hit the big 5-0 followers thanks to Swain Games coming in with a giant raid.
There you go.
So that was
nice.
awesome. Yeah, that was a kick-ass day. Yeah. I think that's all I have. I can't think of anything else. No?
Pascal's dying.
I'm gonna kick
I
this
was.
over to Westman.
Westman.
Doo-doo.
Oh Lord. What did I do? Jesus, nope, not there.
Nope.
There we go.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It is. Ninjas
Somewhere there.
Never see another ninja at all. If you're aware of a ninja, is it still a ninja?
No way, man. That's just a shitty samurai.
So I was gonna ask first of all before we even got started. When we were talking about Taco Bell earlier in the chat, you said a word. You said, "Oh, and those taco rolls."
Those taco
Oh,
rolls,
man.
man.
What
Oh,
the
they're
fuck
so
is a taco
good.
roll?
It's like a taquito. It's basically a taquito. You ever had a taquito? Yeah, it's a taquito, but it's one that you get from Taco Bell.
And you
that
can
shit's-
get it with like different dipping sauce,
you
sour
get some
cream,
guaca-
nacho
sour cream,
cheese,
nacho
guacamole.
cheese. They've got the
So it's like
the
a
spicy
deep fried
ranch.
hard shell
Oh,
roll.
it is a deep fried hard shell filled with chicken and cheese, man, and it's what you want.
Mm.
It's what plants crave.
Swain.
Swain Games, what's up, dude?
Neat. What's up, Swain? All right, so for me, taco rolls. I'm gonna have to try it.
You don't seem as interested in taco rolls as you need to be, man.
Dude, I used to.
I feel like I'm looking at an anorexic person now. Like I don't see no
Guy I used to work with.
I'm over here like getting a half.
Guy I used to work with would buy a whole box of like El Monterey taquitos, and we'd cook them for lunch at work. So I kind of
Imagine those, but better.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's Taco Bell. So for me, let's see. I watched a lot of stuff. Didn't play a lot of stuff. The big thing I've been playing is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Still say that that's a top-notch game. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I absolutely love most every minute that I'm playing with it. The only complaint that I have, and it's kind of minor, is that in some of these later fights where you're having to do a lot more dodging around because you're facing like 4 people at once, they kind of corner you and you can't dodge because you're backed up against a wall or the camera wall or something, and you can't see where you're going and you can't dodge, so you just kind of sit there and get hit over and over and die real quick. But other than that, that's the only complaint I have. I love that game. Just the atmosphere, the sound, the sound engineering is so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I enjoy that,
and I like that they're not afraid to have a game that has more dialogue and more just walking around and listening and looking at shit than combat. There's not that much combat in the game. There's really not.
Narrative experience. It's telling you a story of this girl and what she's going through and what made her crazy. And yeah,
I like it a lot. I feel bad. I've missed like 5 of those runes though. And
dude, tell me about it.
Off. I want to go back and find them, but I can't. Other than that, played some Battlefield Firestorm. I mean, I like it, but I don't know that I'd play it more than any of the other ones. I still like the Call of Duty one is okay. This one is good as well. The biggest complaint I would have about that is that the first 5 matches I played, and you guys can attest, I could not find a gun. I died probably 4 out of the first 5 matches without even finding a gun, and it was kind of getting old, but seems to have fixed itself, so maybe it was a me problem. Other than that, what else did I play?
You played NBA?
NBA 2K19, which is kind of old news for everybody else, but I just picked it up on sale on the PlayStation Pro for like $32 for the $100 version. Obviously it's a good purchase, but I played a little bit of the career mode in that, and it was cool and it was fun, and I didn't get very far, but
is it any different from the 16 or 17 career mode?
What do you mean, gameplay wise, or?
Yeah, just like overall, I guess the overall experience is like a lot better. Is it like easier to level up or get going? Are you like super underpowered?
I couldn't say that it was easier because they gave me like 100,000 VC when I bought that version, so I used like half of that on my character. But it still seems like I'll play a game and get like 1,500 VC, which at some point in your early 70s, I would say, as a rating, is probably enough to raise one attribute. Though no, it still seems like you need VC to level up the way you would want to. It's a lot of a grind. But again, I think that changes once they take the game offline. I just got it because it was fucking cheap, and I've been wanting a new one. I haven't played one since 2016. So
yeah,
but buy it every year minus this year. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. So I played that for a couple hours. It was fun. I'll play it some more.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's about all I played. Watching stuff. I watched a lot of stuff. We watched Brick, which we're all going to talk about later. I stayed up till 6 o'clock in the morning this morning watching The Walking Dead. Still not caught up on it. I'm on season 7, but that. TJ's over here about to have a conniption fit because of what happened last night. No spoilers. No spoilers in the chat. But I can't. I stopped watching that show when Negan was introduced because of what happened the first time you meet him. And I don't know why I stopped watching it, because the more I watch it now, I absolutely love Negan, even though he's an asshole. And he kills people that I like, but he's hard not to love. I can't help it.
It's like you love to hate him. Yeah.
I love to love him.
Oh, God.
I can't help it, man. He's so awesome.
Little pig.
Let me in. So watch some Walking Dead, and then watched Doctor Strange yesterday. First time, the Marvel movie.
What'd you think of that?
Probably my least favorite Marvel movie so far, but
I didn't care for it much either.
But not bad. Try to get a little philosophical. I don't know. Philosophical. Thank you.
There it is.
Philosophical.
I'm a philosopher.
Worcestershire sauce. But it was all right. I kind of just struggled to find its place in like the grand scheme of everything that's been laid out movie wise before, since I know shit about the comics. And of course, there at the end they bring up an Infinity Stone, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I thought the acting was good. I thought Cumberbatch was good. I thought that bald-headed lady was awesome. She was the crazy lady from that movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. That fucking bitch was nuts. Anyway,
never heard of that movie before.
What? That should be on our list. Gets trapped in the origin problem Marvel has. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I liked it, but it was not my favorite Marvel. Probably my least favorite Marvel movie.
I wanted to watch it, but when I saw the Infinity War, I think, that's the one before. Yeah, before the new one now. There was the scene with the person, right? This what?
Nothing.
Did you do something?
No. I'm reading the silently reading the words on this trailer.
It was pairing up like a Godzilla movie while he was talking.
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
I pulled up the Beach trailer, and it has some words in it, and I was just mouthing those while Pascal was talking.
Man, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? No. So in Infinity War, there was this scene where, like, Doctor Strange and the Stark guy talk, right, and have this argument and talk. Through the whole movie, I guess. I always got the vibe that Doctor Strange is too much like him. in a way. Like they have this arrogant kind of thing, and that's why I didn't want to watch the movie Doctor Strange, because I felt like it's going to be another different kind of Iron Man in that matter.
You know, somebody, I don't know if it was you, now that you say that, or if I read it someplace else, that like they have all these kind of character similarities, and they just use the new characters like Doctor Strange to replace old characters like Iron Man. And I don't know if it was you that said that or not, but if not, then there might be something to that since you said it too.
I just feel like that some of the Marvel standalone movies follow always the Iron Man formula of action, then some over-the-top comedy, and then action, serious, and then comedy again. It's I don't know. I call it the Marvel formula. Right. So that's why I
don't know. But Benedict Cumberbatch,
I've said it a bunch of times.
Really good.
Like, the sarcastic part of Iron Man and the joking around. I feel like they always try to have that in every Marvel movie.
Iron Man, Tony Stark is just one of those characters that ruins the Marvel movies for me, because I just can't stand how big of a character he is compared to all these other superheroes that are basically, their personalities can't match up. I don't see them as being a good competition for him on the screen. It's hard to balance other characters around him because of how big his personality is, and I just hate it so much it doesn't like me, or I don't like him.
Like it's Tony Stark's fault that he's that cool?
Yeah.
What you're saying?
Yeah.
I think like Spider-Man, the Homecoming and stuff, I think like, and his whole thing in Infinity War, I think he's actually one of my more interesting characters now that I actually like how he acts and how he behaves towards Iron Man and stuff. I think it's more refreshing than having a normal Captain America and stuff. But I used to love Iron Man, but then I think at the third one I kind of lost, like, oh man, another Iron Man, please. So I don't know, but I do think the Marvel movies are great. There's so many of them right now where I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to watch. So I just, it's just my thing.
I watch them along the release schedule.
I'm grateful for recently. Them,
You feel like what?
I feel like they're coming out pretty quick now, though. Like one after another, after another, after another.
The last couple of years, they've had like 2 or 3 releases a year.
So, yeah.
I can't tell if it's ride the wave, man.
Yeah. It'll end before long. I watched Doctor Strange, and then tonight I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which is the one that came out after that. Good flick. The ending was kind of a good payoff, but for the most part, I didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first one. The soundtrack wasn't quite as good as the first one either, but that's kind of here nor there. It was still really good. I liked it. Feel good, fun time movie. Rocket Raccoon, or whatever they call him, is awesome, and Groot is awesome, and Batista is awesome, and apparently Pascal's girlfriend's back in town.
Oh man, that's the doll ghost.
Oh, he's talking to the doll. Shit, decapitate that thing. So yeah,
you can't bury it again. It's just like burning a Ouija board. That's not what you do.
I'm not even getting into that because, I don't want to start hearing howls and weird noises again. No. So I'll give Doctor Strange.
We need to talk about the beard swing.
Oh God, I'll give Doctor Strange a 6, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a 7. And
nice.
I think that's about it for me. That's all. So, Mr. Nugget.
Yeah.
What'd you do this weekend?
Gunta is here.
So hopefully I won't make mine too lengthy. I guess I'll start out with what I did this weekend was spend 3 days. Well, should have been 4 days, but I gave away my pass on one of the days at the Lexington Comic-Con and Toy Convention. I had a hoot. I think I really just like going there to people watch and look at the cosplayers. Man, there was a lot of cosplayers.
Look at the Princess Leia.
And once I found Princess Leia, I stayed in that lobby at the 501st Star Wars people. I hung out with them a lot. Luckily, one day I had my nephew there who wanted to get his picture taken with Leia. I just couldn't find out where to put my hand, so I stood between 2 stormtroopers.
Nice.
She was about naked.
Well, how come we didn't get that picture?
I thought I did. I thought I put that picture out somewhere.
I've
Did I
seen
miss
it.
Hold on.
Did you put it on Facebook?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. But while I'm rambling, I'll throw it up in the chat. Because
Yeah,
I think I
please
can
do.
get it back off my Imager again. So went there, saw a lot of people. There was a good Predator cosplay. He was pretty awesome. There was a chick that I took a picture of. She was her own rendition of the Mad Hatter.
You know, I want to
And
go
that
back
was
to
a
what we
really
talked
awesome-
about on the phone about Princess Leia the other day.
All right.
You were talking about surely she had something on underneath all that, right? And I was looking at the picture the other picture that you took with, I think it was you and your nephew, and dude, I don't think she does. I don't know where it would be.
100% don't think she.
I don't know where I don't know where you hide those things. So
I know
Did
it
you
was
see
a
any-
total joke.
Did you see
Let
any
me tell you.
dudes cosplayed as girl characters?
Yes, I saw one, and I couldn't tell you who the character was. I want to say
Some of that-
was a comic book character. Is there a female that wears like all white and a white cape and has like big silver, almost like flash ear or flash like lightning bolts? Like
I don't know. Who's our comic book people in here? Angry Robot.
Yes,
Yeah.
Angry would probably know who that character was if there is such a thing. And why can't I find my own images here? Oh, I'm trying to make one. That's why.
The only silver comic thing is what is it, Silver Sable? That's the only girl I know.
What about then? Oh man, I'm so lost on what I want to say. He-Man, She-Ra. What does She-Ra look like?
He-Man, but woman.
Good job.
No,
Glad I
I don't
could
think
clear
it's
that
anybody
up for
from
you guys.
Overwatch.
Just a muscular dude with a wig.
And boobs.
But yeah, I did see one.
boobs.
I did see one dude for sure that was dressed up as a Fico. A lot of stuff that I didn't know, I could just tell by the way the characters were. Is I think there was a shit ton of anime.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of hello Leia. There was a lot of anime. There's a lot of anime there, so that was pretty cool. If you like, might be She-Ra. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking it was, but I didn't want to open my big mouth.
You also saw the Supernatural car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
Supernatural
was cool.
car. There was a Harry Potter car. Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, and his little girlfriend was there. My nephew got to ride on that.
Nice.
A Jurassic Park Jeep, a Decepticon. I can't remember his name. Angry Robot could probably help me out on that one too. The Black Charger, I think, the police car. They had that there. Trying to get this.
Are you gonna show off your dice bag and cup? And
I am. I brought it all in here
All
to
right.
show off. So we'll go. I'm trying to get this daggone picture to come up here, but so I just want to share it. Let me share it. Copy URL. There we go.
You got it.
It's a coming, ladies and gents.
I really thought your beard was gonna be darker, given the pictures you sent us, where it looked like
Oh
you
my
colored it in with a
God.
Sharpie.
Where I look like Drake for a yeah.
Yeah, where you look like Drake.
That's what it was. I look just like Drake.
There you go. Picture in.
100 historically accuracy. There you go.
Hey.
It's from when she's with Jabba the Hutt, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing on underneath that.
There is
Which is what
not.
Carrie
There's no
Fisher had
way.
to do.
There's no way.
Carrie
man.
Fisher was like, "How am I supposed to put that on?" And they're like, "The way it is, you don't wear anything underneath of it." And she
Just
rocked it,
hanging
and this
out there.
chick rocked it too. Yeah, if
Got
you
the
had like a front
breeze.
shot of her, I'm telling you, you could see the V cuts all the way to behind the fabric, from like abs to.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here comes a joke. You guys know why Princess Leia has a bun in her hair? No, Swain. Why?
Oh,
my.
shoot. So I did pick up some finds. So for those of you who are in the chat, you
So
will
her
be able to
hair
see
doesn't
these
hang
finds.
so low.
No, you're fine. One of the coolest ones was somebody cut out this little dice holder or roller. He said you could use it for both, but you could see pretty much through it. I don't know if you can't really tell on the camera there, but then it up here has this cool little portal, and you twist it, whoop, and it goes out, and you
Turns
There you
into a
go.
ninja star.
Yeah. So that shit was pretty cool. I had to pick that up.
Not again.
Yeah. No, that was Belinda and the baby, I'm pretty sure. So then I went by another booth there that a guy handmade some leather things. He has some really cool stuff there. And I picked up a dice bag. And it has an eye in it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Uh-oh, you're on
You're
mute there,
muted.
buddy.
Oh man, very Evil Dead-esque, that thing.
Yeah, and
Like,
so
it looks like the Necronomicon.
yeah, and so luckily I found a matching eyeball into another dice throwing cup.
I was gonna say, are you gonna carry your dice in the cup, or are you gonna carry your dice in the bag? Because you're not gonna be able to
Well,
fit that.
carry them in the
cup
bag, but then you put them in here to which came
Which-
with some cheap-ass little dice in it.
I was like, what the hell?
So picked up a couple of those things to get ready for our D&D sesh whenever we get that
Yeah.
rocking and rolling. I'm excited to pick that up. You're
Mhm.
weird, Shy.
Have to
I put
stream
my
that.
magical spells in it too. Picked up a couple comics from a buddy of mine, Ken Kirk. So I just thought I'd throw those up there, called Warden's Watch.
Nice.
He wrote the story, and him and his buddy did all the artwork.
That looks
And then-
cool. That looks very Samurai Jack-esque.
So
Looks
then
like
there
a
was
coup in the background.
I don't know who that is, but okay. But Slum Rising comic he did as well. So I thought that was pretty. I just picked them up to see what they were about. Try to support some local people doing their own thing.
Yeah,
Ross Perot.
I thought that was George W. Bush.
I think you're both right.
Here's
So-
W. Perot.
So that was my
Pretty
Comic-Con
good.
experience. It was super busy. I think from ticket sales online they were expecting about 30,000. So they've taken up 3 floors of Rep Arena. That was pretty cool. We got to go out on the floor of Rep Arena. So where UK plays basketball and stuff.
How did you get out there though?
You just like walked with 2 legs
You didn't- shut
down
the
a red carpet.
You didn't have to pay. Like that's where they put all the celebrities, right?
Yeah.
And so you didn't have
It
to.
was in with your ticket. No,
Yeah.
it was all that was included, and it was cool because they let you sit in the seats too. So like if you were tired of walking, you could just go chill in the seats in Rep Arena.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they had like Dog the Bounty Hunter was there.
What?
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
The Bounty Hunter.
Okay, Leland and Beth was there. Beth was looking good. I
was
read that she
gonna
had some
ask.
cancer.
Yeah.
She was looking pretty good. So hopefully she's on the up and up with it, or maybe it's just not as bad as they thought, or maybe she's just a tough woman. Who else was there? Zach Morris. I can't think of his real name. He was
Wow.
there. Kane was there. A couple wrestlers, a few wrestlers there.
Sting was
Kane,
there.
Dustin Rhodes. I got to give him a high five as he was walking back to his booth.
Do you think the star power was lower this year or higher than last year?
I feel like it was lower, and I also feel like they lost a couple. I think Ron Perlman had to back out.
Ooh.
Well, nobody gives a shit about Jason Statham, Frank, or whatever his name.
We're like, there was a bunch of Power Rangers there.
Let's see. Oh, what else was it? Edge. Yes, thank you. Peanut Gallery.
Edge.
Edge was there, another wrestler.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of people. They lost a couple people. There was somebody else was supposed to be coming, and they had to back
For the
out.
winds of time.
So they had to back out to the last second. And then there was some controversy going on that I was watching through Facebook, like a bunch of little people fighting over like this person, this star was invited, and this star was invited, and this one beat some woman up. So they were like, we don't want that coming to our Comic-Con, so they dropped him, and then those fans started fighting with these fans, and it was really wild. It was like a bunch of little teenagers fighting.
Oh, it's not the Edge. It's just Edge.
It's just Edge.
The Edge is wasn't he like the guitarist on U2?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
Got
know.
me there.
Am I
Oh,
wrong?
that was the Slash.
Oh
That's-
my God.
The Slash.
The Slash.
The Chad.
It's the guitar
Chad
player
is
from
great.
The Guns N' Roses. The Guns and the
Chad
Flowers.
is great. So that was about my time at the Comic-Con. Man, I think one year, I know we always plan things, but one year you all need to come down and we need to do something like that. Either Comic-Con or the Bourbon Trail.
I don't. What's
do it next
that?
year.
I haven't never heard of that before.
We've only been talking about doing that for about 7 years now. Big Shy's will go. I could tell Big Shy's about to lose all his hair. We're talking about his wrestlers bad.
Right?
Oh, The Edge that plays
The
guitar.
Edge, man, that plays guitar. That guy
In the wrestling ring.
So
Honky Tonk Edge.
on the watching front, I'll go with the gaming front first. On the gaming front, we did some Apex. Nothing new there. I think we talked about the new character last week. Still
They're
having
gonna have
fun
another
with
new
that.
one.
Oh, nice. So we got
this
another
season.
new.
Yeah.
So played some Battlefield. I enjoyed Battlefield the game. I did not, however, enjoy Firestorm as much as I thought I would. The fire is scary as hell. I run super quick from that if it gets close, or even if it's not close, it sounds like it is. It makes me run and scream like a little girl. And you can't see in or out of it, which I sort of like. I think I would rather more not be able to see
out of it a little bit better than you can see into it, because I got wrecked today coming out of the firestorm into the game, and I think I was silhouetted by the fire and got murdered.
Yeah,
Fire textures look terrible. Up close.
I feel like by Pascal. I feel like the game is beautiful, and I feel like they dimmed down the graphics for Firestorm, maybe to make it run better because it's massive and has a lot of information processing while you're there. But I feel like I feel like it feels different than the game. So I don't know what it is yet. I haven't been able to place my finger on it. But playing, who are you negative to there, robot? I just want to see if he so
they might. Are you talking they turned it down on the console or on the PC?
The console, PC to console, but also when I played on the console, the regular game, I still feel like it was dimmed down to the PC.
What console did you play on?
Of course.
Nugget.
The S.
Oh. Don't you have an X though?
Yep.
Why don't you? Oh.
He can't get the tape off the box.
I'm too weak with my little flimsy arms. They can't get the tape off.
Yeah, I agree with Robot though. I think it looks the same. I think it's just the setting and the theme of the map might, the firestorm maybe itself.
I mean, maybe it is. I
don't
feel
think they
like it
downgrade
doesn't look
anything.
as. I don't think it looks as good as the game.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Hey, fair enough.
Sticking to it. So we played that, but if I had
albeit
to
a not very experienced opinion, if we're being real.
You're not very experienced.
You've played the regular game like one time.
Twice.
Damn.
No,
that's
I played
twice as many times as I thought.
That's right. So I don't know. If I placed them, which I haven't played the Call of Duty one. I think I played it like once with Spider and
on PC.
Yeah.
In beta.
I would say I would go Apex, PUBG, and then I can't give Call of Duty anything, so it would just have to be last automatically because I'll just shit on it like that. I don't care. And then Battlefield on how I feel like which ones I like to play the most. And I can feel angry like staring a hole in the side of my head for saying Battlefield lower.
It's a different game.
It is, and that's what everybody's like. Oh, it's BR is BR, and I'm like, no, it's not.
For the most part, I agree with. Like, I think they share the same space.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the game that Battlefield is as much as I like Apex or I like PUBG's. I think
And
What do
they
you mean?
did such a good job with Apex because I didn't think I would like
The
Apex.
capture
just for
points, the
No, I like all those mini games. I like the mini game of getting vehicles out of the vault. I like the mini games of having capture points to hold on
I
to
like the
get loot.
destruction.
I like the destruction. There's something about the movement and the gunplay that I don't care for in Battlefield. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is. It's just my movement feels loose. And I don't like how difficult it is to navigate terrain. Like everything looks like I should be able to navigate it, where PUBG, like you can tell if it's something you're not supposed to be messing with. But Battlefield, it's like, oh yeah, you might be able to get up that, and then you just get stuck running over a freaking rock. And then
yeah, like you can jump over the 3-foot tall fence, but you can't jump over the 5-inch rock.
I have run into a little bit of that, but
And the UI
the UI is a little rough.
Is super rough. Don't use little. It is super rough. Like you want to pull something out instead of just being like, okay, press 4 to use my first aid kit. I have to press 4, and then I have to mouse push to actually physically use it.
Is it really any worse than PUBG, where you have to open up your side menu and drag all the shit over into each little thing?
It's just different than that, I guess. I don't know. I understand what you're saying. It's harder to do because the inventory screen isn't built as well as PUBG's inventory screen. It's not as clear that you're in a menu as PUBG's is as clear as you're in a menu.
But part of PUBG's problem for me is that their menu system is like their inventory system is just so much.
Yeah,
you know, because it's lumbering. It just makes things take longer.
So
I'll agree with that.
My thing is Battlefield fanboy me besides, and I think Greg said something, and I wish there would be more Battlefield moments in, like, you know, only Battlefield moments in Battlefield 5, which I hope they bring back at some point with different maps. But my point is with Battlefield 5 BR that we all seem to forget, which is my main point. When you spend $30 on PUBG at launch, you got that. You got PUBG, one map, that was it. With Battlefield, you get more. And what the thing is, I don't care if it should be free to play, but it wasn't. So I think if they go next time do a BR, it's going to be a standalone BR. I'm not triggered. I'm just saying it's not. I'm super calm. I'm just feel like that we compare right now Battlefield Firestorm with Apex, which is great, but you know, Firestorm is it's more, you know, Battlefield Firestorm is a mode that came after launch.
But it was also an afterthought, so they didn't put that much energy into it.
And
I don't see what bundling the game in with the full Battlefield has going for it. Like why should that be a selling point? That, oh well, you bought Battlefield so you get this for free, or you bought it for Firestorm so now you get Battlefield for free. I don't see where,
because
I'm not value bundling my game. I want the game experience to speak for itself.
Right, but
what do you mean? I
mean, I don't. Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad thing. I like the fact that there's a whole nother fucking game attached to it.
Yeah, I think, like, that's my main point is, I think that kind of got lost in my sentence is my main point was that it would have been completely different if they would have focused only on BR and nothing else. I get, like, that, because we've seen it with Apex. I think it would be different, but you know, like Angry Robot here in the chat, he has very valid points with movement. It's always been the Frostbite engine's issues. It even goes to the sports games. There's always weird things going on with the engine with that. But I always, the way I see it, from a Battlefield perspective, it's Battlefield with BR. That's it. It's not going to be the PUBG killer, it's not going to be a Fortnite killer, and I don't think it's what it's aimed to be. It's a Battlefield BR. If Battlefield players want to play a BR but they don't want to do PUBG, then that's what they go to.
So you don't feel like this is trying to compete, you feel like this is BR made for Battlefield fans?
No, because
this is like if Call of Duty releases Search and Destroy when they didn't have it before.
Or Prop Hunt. Call of Duty put Prop Hunt in because Prop Hunt was so popular on Gary's mod and stuff. So they put that in. It was like kind of like a marketing thing in the beginning, but it is what it was. It was an afterthought, and the reasoning behind it is Criterion did most of the work, not DICE. DICE was just, co-handling it. So like I said, I think it's a great Battlefield BR. It's not the best BR there is. It will probably never be. But for what it is, I think they did a pretty good job. I mean, it was smooth. I didn't have any issues on launch day with it. Yesterday we did a few hiccups, but those are just general console issues we had because I saw you streaming it and you didn't seem to have too many issues with it on PC. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it will not kill Apex. It will not kill PUBG. I guess there's a loyal fan base and people like the games for what they are. But I think for Battlefield,
have a loyal fan base.
I think it's cool right now for Battlefield players who don't want to do only BR. It's kind of like a cool thing to get their feet wet in a BR. Like that it has destruction and all this kind of stuff. And if they continue playing it, they're going to improve it. And if they stop, then okay, well, Battlefield tried it. There was a BR once, and it didn't work this much, so they focus on other stuff. So I don't know. I mean, EA would be stupid to make it like, yeah, here's the Battlefield BR, and we're going to put it free to play and compete with Apex. Because that would be I think it would be a stupid move from EA if they would do it.
There's a lot of things about it that I like the down mechanic. I like that you can still fight while you're down. You pull out your pistol if you have it, or you pull out your knife.
They need to fix the control on that though.
What do you mean?
Sometimes when you aim your pistol, it's just I can't.
I think it's supposed to be though, because you're not supposed to be as effective as a fighter because you're down. I don't know, man. I dropped 2 dudes with it today.
I did sometimes, and then other times I couldn't control it.
Yeah,
and then
I felt like it was like EA boxing when you get knocked down and you're trying to get the things back in, and they're like, "Whoa!"
The very first time we dropped, I got in a knife fight with a dude. I just stabbed the shit out of this guy and dropped him, and then I'm just standing over him, and he's holding his knife out at me. I'm like, "Well, what's this guy doing?" I walk over next to him, he just fucking stabs me in the leg and knocks me down. Because I was trying to stab him and kill him, and then he just looks up and stabs me in the leg, so I fall down, and then we just crawl at each other, and then just start stabbing each other.
And I think some people didn't know about it because you all saw that one when I got down. That guy kept running over to me, and I just kept stabbing him, and he'd run away like, "Oh shit, what's going on?"
I killed several people that way. They just come over and look at you, and you're like, "Stabby."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that poor dude kept running up, and he's trying to firefight, and I'm just stabbing him in the thigh, and he'd run away like, "Oh shit, what's going on?"
Yeah,
like, where am I getting hit from?
Definitely brought Battlefield moments back in, and I guess that's what I mostly miss. I just don't know if I can get behind, and this is not just the BR itself, but I don't know if I can get behind Battlefield moments in World War II. I want a fucking helicopter.
I had a helicopter.
Get a good laugh out of you trying to
Pascal shit all over
robot
it.
Call it booping.
I just read a comment again from Robot. Listen, buddy, I've been playing Battlefield 1942 since 1942, since the PC days. The reasoning for BR, why people got excited about it, is because it was something different in a way that where we see right now SBF5 has a live service. See a monetization coming in where EA could make a little bit more money, get more players into the game that maybe are like, "Oh wow, Firestorm is kind of fun, let's check out the main game," and then they continue playing, "Hey man, this is awesome," and that brings more revenue and more maps and more stuff. Everybody that was the hardcore player base was like, "Battlefield Premium sucks, man, like splitting player base," and what did that cost us now? Because everybody wanted everything free, which is financially not feasible nowadays anymore, regardless of what you do. They wanted the live service thing, and now we got what we got. We have 1 or 2 maps coming out in the span of 5 months, and that is what it is. So I don't know. I just feel like there's always people complaining and whining. I agree, BF3 and BF4 were probably my favorites. Bad Company 2 actually was my favorite because the map design was never beaten in any of the games. But I just feel like that everybody likes to shit on the things that that people do, but
I shit all over people when they do stuff,
but no, they just shit on people. Like, I think like people like always give other people always hate for liking a certain thing, and I just saw the financial aspect of, okay, we're already fucked with live service in a game. See Star Wars Battlefront 2. Firestorm might be the saving grace to get faster development and more money to ensure better maps, maybe.
I would like to see their sales numbers after this Firestorm release and see if it actually brought anyone with it. Because I don't think it would.
Dude,
I don't think it
oh
will.
no, dude! I seen in my first day, I saw so many rank 1s and 2s because it shows when they kill you. I was like, man, that I haven't seen that in a while. And on there's no Origin access on there's EA access. I mean, they could have tried it maybe that way. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
The game was also on sale for half off when it came out.
$30, yeah. But yeah, I feel like that was their kind of like I think attempt now, and I don't know. Like I think the last thing that could save them right now, and I hate to say it, is just the cosmetic stuff. Like otherwise, we got the roadmap, and that's it. I don't think they're gonna put much more effort. They say they do, but they just say that people don't jump ship now and go back to the older titles. But financially, I was hoping that this will increase because I love Battlefield, man. There's no other game than Battlefield for me as a shooter. Like I started and then I on console went to Bad Company 2 when I went from PC to console, and I love Bad Company, and I hope they make a Bad Company 3 at some point, like modern day. But I actually thought maybe a modern day BR would have been better actually than World War II, but it's what it is. I mean,
I think it would have.
I do think there are certain things that I love about PUBG, and there are certain things I love about Apex, and I wish they could kind of fuse those two games. And that would be a perfect BR in my eyes, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was a picture that I saw, and I think I told Zach about it. Maybe it was Wes. I can't remember which one of you two I was talking to about it, but the picture was drawn by somebody, and I think it was on PUBG's Facebook page, and it was Master Splinter, and on his back it said PUBG, and then it had baby turtles that he was holding hands with, walking them down, and the baby turtles had Apex, Fortnite, Battlefield, and Call of Duty on their backs. And then underneath of it, the next picture, it said then and now it has the old Master Splinter and the big turtles taller than he is holding his hand, walking him into it. I wish they could all just take a piece from each other and do their games and make them function well, where there would be a enjoyable play no matter which one you went to.
Yeah, I think there is, though. I think all the games have enjoyable play for the people who like playing those games. I'm not a Fortnite player. I'll never play Fortnite. It's not my thing, but tons of people enjoy playing Fortnite. Like, I don't mind Battlefield. I'll probably hang around and play some Firestorm every once in a while just to have a good time with it, because I think I will. But I'm also probably going to play mostly Apex if I'm in the mood for a BR. Just because I like how fast-paced it is. I like how... I don't know.
It's just optimized for what it is. It's like
I just think it's a feeling, guys. Everybody's got untangible things that you can't really even think about, or it's whatever feels right to you. So
yeah.
What
else you play, Nugget?
That was it. Because I already mentioned Apex in that. I had
played Apex on the console, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did play Apex on the console, and somehow was getting more kills per game than I do on PC. I don't understand it, but once I got all my
less hackers,
all the controls, less hackers.
Less hackers.
No, player base is just weaker. They're just noobs on console.
Yeah, aim assist. There you go,
man. You just let the game do the work for you.
Yeah, it's pretty much. And I agree 100% with Spider, and I didn't notice it with some of the assault rifles, but I picked up a goddamn wingman and was just blasting it, and I felt like I was shooting it into the space, and it was like headshot, and I was like, what the fuck?
The freaking
I just kept blasting people with it. I was like, all right, cool.
Apex has a really strong snap aim assist, like really strong. Like it's kind of like GTA. You just have to hold the left trigger real quick, and it zooms right on.
Yeah,
it does something because I'm pretty sure the cursor was like 17 feet away from it.
Follows really well too, because I remember when I played it, I was trying to lead basically and get ready for the next shot, and it was hard. It wouldn't let me. And as I fought it, I did worse. But if I just let the game happen, it was doing well. And a case in point for why I prefer playing PC.
Oh yeah,
I'm in control.
That's right.
Yeah,
only I can fuck up forest fire.
Yeah.
I think Rainbow Six is the only console kind of shooter game so far that's really popular that doesn't have aim assist, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably why it's popular.
Yeah. It's just difficult with
Well,
controller. I
in some of the
think.
older rainbows, you had to turn it
fast-paced.
off or on. And I remember how good we were as a team.
In BF4,
Back
turn
in
it
the
off.
day, you turned it off.
Set it
dude.
up so that nobody could
Yeah.
join with it.
Yeah, and we would absolutely destroy teams, and that would be most of us running around with pistols only, and they would have their assault rifles, and we would demolish them. Like all the way to the point where we get invited to their rooms, like we're going to have hosts, and you're going to lose, and we go demolish them there too, and just
Fucking
get
host
kicked out of the
advantage.
rooms.
You're only doing it because you got a host advantage.
Oh man, those are the good old days.
Oh yeah, that's if you all don't know, that's the origin story of meeting Zach.
Yep.
And how I banned his motherfucking gun so he couldn't shoot us in the face anymore with it.
All the guns I like.
And the explosives.
Gone. Yeah,
well,
we
explosives are fine over like.
It got to a point when we were playing that game, though, it turned into pistols only, no grenades.
For just us. I didn't ban
just
guns
for
for
us.
everybody else. Only Zach's guns when he wasn't on our team.
The UMP 45, man, get that shit out of here. Not allowed to have it.
That was when we first met him. I think
yeah.
it was me, Gamer, Poor Kid, or Robot, or Greg, however you know him. And Zach came into our room and was fucking us up from across the map with that UMP 45. I banned that shit with laying back in.
The old Halo 2 red dot in the center of the screen.
Oh yeah, I tried out the dot. That worked out really well, especially if you wanted to cheat with the sniper rifle. You leaned against there, lined the dot up, and then pulled the trigger and just went boom, shot, headshot.
Oh man.
So yeah, no, I started. I think I told you all last time I had started UFO Defense, but I didn't get anywhere with it. I wanted to play it and just didn't have time. This week was super busy between work shit and the Comic-Con. However, I did go. Let's see. I'll leave my movie for last. We still got to talk about the last movie.
Yeah. We do.
So real quick, I'm almost out of season 5 of Supernatural. Still digging it. I'm at like episode 20 of season 5, so I think I got 2 left. Umbrella Academy, I did pick back up. I'm on the last episode. I just finished out episode 9. I think there's 10 in that. It's picking up. It's piquing my interest now. It still has that Watchmen feel, which I like, so it's not a bad thing. And we talked about that being the same people that were in that created Watchmen, or
Not sure if that's the case or not, but I feel like they had something to do. They're very similar.
So it is so far. It's piquing my interest. It's raised a couple of levels on my score, so hopefully the final episode will either sustain that or not cause me to go backwards. So we'll have an updated score for that next week. I think that was all of that. And I did get in to see early access at the theater for Shazam. So I did get to watch some Shazam. Got to see that at the movies. It doesn't come out until April something. April single digits. So this will be the non-spoiler short review because we still got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm just going to run through some of the things that I enjoyed about it. So the villain in Shazam, I feel like if you took Lex Luthor and Doc Ock and they had a baby like this, like just
hanging them together like that.
That's
bang,
who,
bang,
that's
bang.
who the villain felt like. I felt like I enjoyed the villain. I felt like he was calm, cool, collective, and smooth, like Doc Ock before he got really mental. But a lot of Lex Luthor. That's what I felt like was going on with the Shazam villain. Make sure you guys, if you do watch it, stay mid. They have mid credit stinger, and an ending stinger, which was a hilarious crack at a well-known hero from the DC universe that everybody makes fun of. So they get a little dig in at someone there. I won't give any names away. You probably figure it out from that. What else? They did a lot of humor. This was they did the right amount of humor. I didn't think it was too much. I enjoyed the humor. If you've watched any of the trailers out for it, you get to see the little kid that's on the walker uses like an arm cane assist, and he makes some dark jokes about him, not being able to walk, and so they keep that up. He's he's pretty good. His character, I would almost say him being a I guess a sidekick, if you will. I think his acting was way better than the main character, the kid that plays Shazam. But for them to be a bunch of teenagers, I felt like their acting was solid. I didn't have any complaints with the acting. I thought it was really good. There's some early on foreshadowing, so make sure you pay attention to your foreshadows, because I missed something that was a major plot twist in the movie. So that was pretty neat. They foreshadowed early on some of that. What else did we have? I think they used too much CGI on some of the sub villains. I guess the main villain sidekicks. It was just too CGI'd. I felt like I was looking at the gatekeepers from Ghostbusters. The dog. I can't think of the names of the dogs.
Oh, I don't know what they were either.
Yeah,
Hellhounds, Cerberuses.
yeah, I don't remember. There's a few fighting scenes that were pretty nice, but if you've seen any Superman or Thor movies, you get the gist of any kind of flying and fighting. It's the same thing. Who can knock someone the furthest away and then fly
Matrix.
up to them. But there's some comedic relief into that, the fight scenes. So they had some funny ones. It was just fun watching them portray the kid who turns into an adult superhero when he says Shazam, and he has no clue what he's doing. So watching him learn his abilities, what he can do, if he can fly, if he can, do anything, whatever. He's finding out all his powers, and it was fun to watch that come together. Watched him put it together. I think that's about it. It was a really good movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. I laughed. I had a good time. For it being a little over 2 hours, I believe, I didn't feel like I was in there for over 2 hours. So it's one of those ones that sort of keeps you entertained along the way.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what are we down to?
We're down to Brick.
Brick.
So what do you guys think?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
I mean,
Hell
I thought
yeah.
it was really good. I'll go 8.
No, I think like the acting was so well done. I love the inspiration of the old detective style movies, and it's like a bunch of high school or teenagers, talking.
I
And
think if you consider what they pulled off on their budget too.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it looked like a low budget movie done crazy professionally. Like not even low budget really, but it was
I think it was
just
420.
It was extremely low budget.
I mean, but it was amazing. I mean, I don't know. That's why I gave it a 10 out of 10, because I know it wasn't like this super, like expensive movie, but I fell asleep watching it way too late and I was so tired.
A 10 out of 10.
and then Zach was like, "Oh man," kind of like this on the WhatsApp and our chat, and I'm like, "No, man, like I'm gonna watch it again," and I was just too tired. And man, that movie, like for me, and that's totally not a movie that I would watch in a matter that kind of setting. Like
Yeah,
from the get-go.
I wouldn't have watched it if I saw it on TV. I promise you.
And I give it a 10 out of 10 just because I think it's one of the greatest movies I've watched, just from how well done it is. Like I kind of had a feeling about the plot in that matter, but it still kept me guessing a lot. Like, okay, what's going on? Who's this guy now? And then the main actor, how he's like kind of like talking, and how he's like, I don't know. It's just I can't even explain it. Like I want to watch it again. I really like the movie. Yeah,
it's a good movie. I watch it every once in a while. I watch it a couple times a year usually.
I can only that's a movie that I can watch literally every year.
It
every
almost lost
month.
me. One of the points where they were at their little hangout back behind the school, where he's doing his pacing back and forth, talking to his ops guy, and the dialogue. First of all, they had some weird thing going, and I don't know if this was on purpose or if they were just rushed in the way some of the sentences they would say were just so fast. It was almost like they were just being rushed to say the stuff, or that they were reading the lines.
I think it was done on purpose. Almost,
I think it was on purpose.
I do too.
I think it was like poetic or like a poem.
It was right up there, along with the choice of words that they used. Really didn't fit the day and the age, and obviously the target of them being high school people. But if you go back and watch old, like 1940s and 50s, 30s even film, like detective noir type films, they would use the same terms, tapping,
the same terms, and the same speed in what they said.
And
sometimes.
So when I realized,
really evoking,
when I realized that they were basically taking this formula of movie and planting it on a bunch of high school kids, then I had a lot easier time buying some of the shit. Like, you know, when you get into the Pins car, and he's, you know, it's this plush minivan with a living room lamp in it. I'm just like,
with the mother giving them tea or
milk. It's like they don't hide from the fact that, you know, these events shouldn't be taking place with these people. They just kind of roll with it, and, you know, mom's there with cookies and whatever, and milk. I really like the movie. It was so well written, and I honestly, I thought I knew where it was going. I mean, I think everybody kind of knew where it was going, but it still landed in a different spot than I thought it would. And even though they set up the kind of final reveal at the end, they set that up a long time before, and you know what's going to happen. You still are like, oh shit, that bitch.
And they leave it a little open at the end too.
That was
fully.
Because you just let her walk away, like you know what I mean. I always allude back to like,
no, she's boned though, because
but
she's done. Did he plant it, or did she put it in her locker herself?
I think he planted it.
Oh, she took it. She got it out of the damn.
Oh no, that's true. Yeah, because he knew that's gonna be in the trunk and stuff. There was a scene where the trunk was open and he had the bag in his hand there, like kind of like enclosed the trunk again, I think, or something like that. And that's what he knew was gonna happen. He set that up that she's gonna be revealed, or the mastermind of this whole operation.
Yeah, well, he said there were drugs in the trunk when it was really the dead body.
The dead body.
I don't know. I didn't expect the movie to be that hot, that great, and I couldn't put it down. I actually found myself going back and rewatching scenes with subtitles on, just so I could see exactly what the fuck they said, to make sure that I had it all straight in my head as I was watching it, because I was that interested in following the story, like, precisely.
How about when Tug pulls out the gun for the first time? Did you see that coming?
No. Is that when Dode gets his splats all over the wall? Yeah, that one. I was just kind of like, oh shit, they just did the thing.
And
I had no idea that it would have been him. That I mean, the whole thing kind of. I don't know. A lot of people are probably, what the fuck are they talking about? But the whole story for me took a turn to the left when Brendan and Tug are having that conversation in his mom's house without the pin. And he's like, Emily who? And then the pin comes in, and he's like, oh, we think we got a lead on Emily Koschik. And Tug's just like,
and he's like, that was Tug's old girl.
Fuck. And yeah, now you're just like, oh, that lion motherfucker.
Oh yeah. They have plenty of scenes that were funny in the movie too. Like I love right there near the end when you have all the Pins guys in black and you have all Tug's dudes in white in the wife beaters, and like that cracks me up every single time I see that.
A lot of cinematics in it. You know, light goes off and comes back on, and now there's like 7 dudes standing in the hallway, and the angles from the cameras. I like a lot of the work that they did with the cinematics. But good.
I know. I was just say I will say the scene, Wes, that you were talking about where Brendan's pacing back and forth when he's talking to his ops guy. If there's one scene in the movie I don't care for, it's that one in particular.
Well,
and I don't know what it is about it. Well, there's one where he's pacing fast. Like he's walking on that curb back and forth fast, like about halfway through the movie, like right when the whole cell phone thing goes through where he needs him to hold on to the cell phone so he can get a hold of him, and he's pacing back and forth real fast. And I just
Speaking of cell phones, like one cell phone in that entire movie.
Has
it. I don't know.
Here we go.
It's just weird to watch a movie these days where you don't see cell phones, you know?
It's true.
And they're not utilized as some sort of plot device. I mean, it was in a way, but just as a way to be able to, you know, get a call while you're not at home. You know,
it adds to the tension almost of a movie to not have the cell phones around anymore, because what are you going to do when something goes wrong? You can't get a hold of somebody who's supposed to change the plane. You can't do any of that. It ruins a certain level of tension in a movie.
Takes away a lot of the options that people would have today.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why they always have horror movies no reception.
Motherfucking Louis Gossett Jr. is the principal.
Right?
Yes.
How about that scene with the vice principal when he's in there and he's talking to him just like it's straight out of a Lethal Weapon movie?
It was.
It was
so the much. I'm gonna take you off the case, detective speech. You know, that's what that was. It was like instead of being the police captain to a detective telling him he was going to pull him off the case, it was a VP principal, a vice principal to a student telling him he's going to get in trouble. So I thought it was...
The movie just puts a smile on my face from start to finish. Like, I just have a good time while watching that movie.
I've never seen a movie done like that where they take it so I mean, they took everything was done very seriously, even though it was, as you watch it, unbelievable, because you're like, no fucking principal would allow this to happen.
Yeah.
You know? So I love that. I would say, what do you say? You give it a 10 out of 10, Pascal?
I did. Like, it has everything for me that movie like took me by surprise big time. And I was like, first I was like, oh, here we go, you know, another kind of like high school era, like drug drama, you know, let's all overdose, blah, blah, blah. And I watched that and I'm like, oh shit, this is fun. And there was a scene where there was this fight with that, I think Laura's first, boyfriend or something, the black dude or whatever.
The jock.
Yeah, and then he like starts beating Brandon up and stuff, and all of a sudden Brandon stands up and like bam, and I was like, damn, like this kid is like a hero, like he's like tough, you know, he's tougher than he looks. He looks like this little nerd, but he's actually pretty like, you know, he knows what to do and he's not afraid of anybody. And how he played the people to like rile up against each other in the end, and how smart he acted in a way. I was like, man, this is so well done. And then the references for the old detective movies, and then you realize those are high school kids, and that kind of brought a sense of humor in a way too. I don't know. That's why just because the budget, how well it's done, and how well done the acting is, and how believable they make it in a way though still, and keep it serious. That's why I gave it that. And I think it's the first one that I really give like a 10 out of 10 here if I give a rating. I mean, and that's an indie kind of flick, right? So yeah,
I'll give it an 8.
Well done.
I'm gonna let the other two people talk because
I've said my piece. I give it a 7.
I'm a 9. We'll go across we'll hit that upper
7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yep.
That was apparently the first feature film by Rian Johnson, the Last Jedi ruiner.
Yeah, he did.
At least he did make a good movie.
Yeah.
Did he make more than one good movie?
Yeah, from what I've been told.
I think I'm starting to figuring out movies comes from watching like any type of foreshadowing that they do.
Oh yeah.
When they zoom in on that cigarette, and then I noticed they always zoomed in on everybody smoking, but nobody was smoking cigarettes except for her.
Yep.
I never thought of that.
There you go. 11 out of 10.
Hey, he did Looper. Rian Johnson did Looper.
Did he?
Looper was enjoyable. Looper was super enjoyable.
All right. So what are we going to do for next week?
Yeah, what is next week?
Next week was supposed to be chat. I feel like they didn't do their homework on this movie, though. Can we count on them? Can we trust them to watch their own movie? Whew.
They're gonna have to speak up and let us know. In the meantime,
I did see one person did mention a movie.
Yeah, Robot did.
Primer.
Here it goes again twice. He's coming in, chiming in.
Must be a good movie.
I'll leave it up to
hard.
you guys what you want to do.
I mean, I'll go for it. This can be our first chat movie. Could be Primer.
Shy says, "Don't trust me." He'll have us over watching My Little Pony.
Upper lower
There you
budget.
go.
Making my way downtown, walking
Is that
fast.
the upper left-hand concrete walkway?
Super
Is that what
low
you're hitting us
budget.
with? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Birdemic,
I mean, I'm
anyone?
down. Where can we find this sucker? It wouldn't happen to be a Netflix movie, would it? Not that I'm against paying money to watch a movie. It's no problem.
Last of the Dogmen. What's up, Husker? We got to figure something out then, guys. How to do
Last of
this.
the Dogmen. Why does that?
You mentioned
sound
that
so-
last week too.
I feel like, is that the one where they blow the cave up so nobody could get to them?
I have no clue. I have.
I think.
And
I
if
heard-
it is, I just ruined the whole movie for everybody.
yeah, he did.
Tom
don't think it
Berenger and
is.
Barbara Hershey.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's that. It's about a Montana bounty hunter sent into the wilderness to track 3 escaped prisoners.
Okay. Good. Oh wait, he
But
said.
sounds like
he
there's
said
a
yep.
twist.
From the
Oh, boy.
producer
He
of
said yep.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, he said yep.
I was just kidding about what I said. That really doesn't happen in that movie.
I didn't hear it anyway, so don't worry about it.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm down
Can
for
we-
Primer. If you guys are down for Primer, we said that's what it was going to be. It was going to be a chat recommendation.
I'm down.
Primer is
Primer
not
it
on
is.
Netflix, so we will have to find it on
our
our
ways.
own.
Yeah.
Find our ways.
His favorite movie. Well, I might watch it anyway, just because
Oh,
it's your favorite movie.
Right?
Well, keep it in mind, Shy.
Extremely
So
low
we'll-
budget. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we'll do Primer this time around, and then maybe we'll figure out a way to lottery it next time, so
Oh,
chat
yeah.
can auto pick somebody.
That'd be a good idea.
But we'll keep that in mind for
Can,
a month from now.
can take,
When
we
you
can
get
just
your
take suggestions
chance
and do a roll or something.
Yeah, I think we should go with Primer. I'm interested in the movie now.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then next time we do that, what you just suggested.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And next week we'll be back to rolling for us.
rolling
right?
the dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling the dice.
Okay. So what kind of
Or
gaming
us.
news do we got, guys? Since we're
I got nothing.
nothing.
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Borderlands
3. Is it called
Trace.
3?
Teaser trailer out. The Mask of Mayhem. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's kind of cool.
Could you please read that in Gunter?
Oh man, read
Primer
what?
is of note for its extremely low
Oh.
budget. Do it.
Primer is of note for its extremely low budget, experimental plot structure, philosophical implications, and complex technical dialogue, which Karuth, a college graduate with a degree in mathematics and a former engineer, chose not to simplify for the sake of the audience.
Gunter
For
likes
the
it.
sake of the audience.
Gunter
Gunter
was
is
not.
very excited to watch this movie. Yeah.
Oh, oh my god. Yeah,
the only
so-
way Gunter gives this 10 out
Actually-
of 10 if it started with G. And
Now I
it was
want Pascal to read it.
Geimer. Yeah, Pascal.
Oh no. I feel like I'm Gunter 2.0 already. So. I'm the real G, the real Gunter.
The inspiration. Oh man.
Oh shit.
So yeah, Borderlands 3 I guess is coming when? What month?
Summer, like
Oh.
I think. I
Probably
mean,
July,
this year?
August. Yeah, this year.
it's coming out. Yeah.
Oh shit. I gotta
Yeah.
get through some games.
No
Mr.
shit, Mr. Apex.
Metro Exodus. Mr. Red Dead Redemption.
Detroit is Human.
Did you
Kingdom Hearts
buy
3.
did you just Oh, you traded in Battlefield for that.
I traded in Battlefield.
Hey, I
for
beat
Metro
Detroit
Exodus.
Become Human.
I'm just talking about my game log is like getting way. I'm like the West Man of the game logs now. He's out getting his shit done, and I'm stacking them up.
Well,
over
here's
here.
what you got to do, man.
Stop playing BRs all the time.
And you start streaming some solo games.
Oh,
That's
Return
how
of
it
the
works.
Return of the Nugget.
Oh. Sounds like a great Star
Return
Wars
of the
movie.
Nugget. sounds like a
Return of the Nugget.
sounds like a R. Kelly song.
Oh boy.
Oh, damn. Too soon.
Arr, Kelly.
Oh man.
Any other
Coming
news?
to
I
get
think
your
so.
nuggets.
Oh boy. Leave me nuggets alone. Anybody else? Any other news? I think somebody mentioned something.
PlayStation. The PlayStation has
PlayStation codes.
Yeah, Sony has put people on notice, I guess, that April 1st, starting April 1st. What, we got a headache there?
Oh yeah, man.
Damn.
Got a headache hitting
He's
pretty hard all of a sudden.
fast.
We got April 1st, no retailer will be allowed to sell downloadable codes for full PlayStation games anymore. So if you want to buy a digital version of a game on PlayStation, you have got to do it now on the PlayStation Network. So that's kind of a big fuck you to GameStop and other retail. Amazon, I know a lot of people buy the codes from Amazon, stuff like that. So yeah, good luck with that on PlayStation. And I would imagine that the other two big ones will be following suit. So
Sorry, there's a joke reveal about to come, and I can't wait for it.
Pirate's favorite letter.
It's not
No,
R,
it's
it's the C.
R, it's the C.
Is it so we can get hacked? I think it's a good idea. Why not?
Hey, anything that sticks it to GameStop, I will 100% support.
Yeah. How much money do retailers make off of those download cards? Like honestly, nothing, right?
Nothing.
So what's
Not
even
shit. So like, why
why bother
to
when
make
people can
business
just
harder
buy
for their competition? Who basically, if I'm GameStop and I'm buying games used, therefore preventing the sale of a potential sale of a new game. Well, you take other sale and revenue options, other reasons to get people to come in the store, take that ability away from them, and you know, it's just kind of thinning their business out a little bit at a time.
And then if PlayStation makes the same move that Xbox is moving, would you be surprised if PlayStation makes the same move as Xbox and their next
Discless?
console's digital only?
Not at all.
I'm
Not
done saying
at all.
discless. It's now just digital only.
Dickless.
Yeah.
Discless.
Like
And I
this
think-
could be the first move. I think Xbox, Microsoft could see some backlash if they did that, since they announced the discless console first before.
Means their balls are bigger. Look, nobody.
Oh,
when's the last
yeah.
time you bought a PC game on disc anymore? You know,
Oh yeah, I
not
don't-
collecting type thing.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
And so why is it taking consoles so long to come around? Because people like selling
Yeah.
their games, I guess. I don't know.
And
I think you also run into though more. I haven't been bought a PC game as a Christmas present since I got a Lord of the Rings game when I was like 12 years old. I think that a lot of disc games stay in the market because grandparents come in and come to a store and go, I need to buy a game for my son. Right?
game with his little fiddlesticks
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So I think I could see it being very difficult. I could see it maybe even impacting sales at that point for these companies if they go discless. Because, well, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, see, the thing is, and I know I agree with what you're saying 100%. I'm not disagreeing at all, but I think today, and maybe it's just my kids, but my kids and pretty much all the kids that they know pretty much have all the games they want. They don't. If it's hard to get them a fucking game on disc now, because if they want it, they already have it, and if they don't want it, or if they don't have it, then you don't know that they really want it. They always want money instead. Then they go out and they buy whatever they want.
when was the last
And
time
that-
you've been to a midnight launch of a game?
Oh, well, dude, I talk about how worthless midnight launches are all the time. But I think
Years.
the biggest reason why midnight launches are worthless is because of the fact that you can't go home and put the game in and play it.
You still have to
an
download.
update anyway.
Yeah.
Probably Halo 4 was the last one I went to. I used to go to Madden every year. I used to go to Call of Duty every
Diablo
year.
3.
GTA
Wow.
5 on 360.
And when I got home with Halo, I had like a fucking huge ass update that I had to do, and it's like, well, that's great. I went out here at midnight and I got the damn game. I got home by 12:20, and at 2:40 I can finally play.
Yeah.
No.
So
That's- exactly.
God,
I don't know. I can just see
the
just from working in retail, I know how many people come in all the time during the holiday season and are like, I need these games. And they just come in with a list, and it's not for them. And you walk them through and you pick them out all their games and you let them go.
Damn straight robot.
Modern Warfare 2, because you nerds made me.
See, I think I honestly feel like, and again, I agree with you, but I feel like the retailers themselves, if not the industry, conditions the consumer to be that way. How many CDs do you guys have now at Best Buy? Is it
An end cap.
huh?
With an end cap with maybe 16 titles.
How much did you used to have?
Yeah,
Fucking 4 or 5 rows, right? Nobody buys music on disc anymore, really. It's all digital. So it's the same thing's going to happen this way.
Especially with iTunes, Google Music, and Spotify and all those. Like, it just, people spend like $9 and they know when the album drops, they have it already on their, digital devices. So, everything is connected now, like Alexa, Bluetooth speakers, whatnot.
Speaking of which, sorry, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you know how you guys all seen Guardians of the Galaxy too? Anybody?
No.
I know TJ.
Yeah.
You know how the man loves his Walkman, right? At the end, sometime in the middle of the movie, his Walkman gets destroyed, and the blue guy played by Merle from The Walking Dead, he found him a gift that he was given to him after he died. He gave it to Star-Lord, and it was a Microsoft Zune. He said, "This is what all the kids are using these days. It's got 300 songs on it." Yes, Yandu, thank you. He got it and held it for him and wanted him to have it, and it was a Microsoft Zune. He's like, "This thing's got like 300 songs on it," and Star-Lord's like, 300 songs? Because now you got 12,000 songs on one thing, right? So, I thought that was a pretty amazing little reference there. Zune. Oh, the failing. Yeah. I almost bought a Zune.
I bought a Zune. I bought into what I believe Microsoft released the first, I call it music as a service thing. You could pay $15 a month to get their unlimited downloads, and also gave you basically one free CD a month. You got to download like 13 tracks for free, and they were yours, DRM free. And yeah, that was my jam. And they went under because not enough people bought Zunes because Apple does a better job of marketing. But
fucking Apple.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else we got news-wise? I don't have anything.
We got a headache.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got a ghost story.
We do have a ghost story.
Quick ghost story, and then we got the wild and wacky news. So I think Pascal was going to tell us a ghost story this time.
All right. Well, so... All right, listen, guys. I'm crazy and I'm insane, but I'm not dumb. And I know this is all going to sound crazy, but this is real life experience when I was younger in Germany.
IRL.
In a very old house, at a friend's house. So we stayed over the night. His parents went to there's like a little like a what you call it, like a dance, kind of like a ball. What do you ever call it?
Wiener
like,
Schnitzel Fest.
No, it's just like it's kind of like a festival. They went out to the dance.
Schnitzel Fest, yeah.
And so my mom didn't want me to be by myself. I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, maybe. I don't know how old I was. I was in my teens though, but she didn't want us to be by ourselves. So I spent the night at his place, and his place was very old like farm building. There was a barn attached to it, like giant. But we were alone in that house. So we had like the lights on outside and stuff because we are out of nowhere, right? Very old house. And so we go into bed. We just, heading I think we had a Game Boy or something. We're playing on it, had the lights on. And all of a sudden we hear like noises. And they had like a black, was a Labrador. That's what it's called, like a black dog. And the noises.
Can't call them that these days.
I don't know what they were called. I mean,
Just messing with you.
And the lights like went out outside, and we were freaked out because we were the only ones in that building, right? And so we just kind of like checked it, and we heard like weird noises like throughout the whole like street and stuff. I'm like, oh man, somebody's here, they're messing with us, right? So we locked all the doors, everything, turned the light back on, turned our light off, and just kind of were here hiding, in his room. And all of a sudden, every light in the hallway went off, and but the electricity was still on because we went out and turned it back on in the hallway, and they went off again. And somebody probably pranking us, whatever. So we sweep we had flashlights, the big ones. We were looking around. There was nobody there, so we're scared as hell. Like, what the hell is going on? Because I'm atheist, by the way. I don't believe in anything that other people believe in. So that wasn't even a question that there's something supernatural at that time in my life, you know. But oh, holy shit! So we go in that freaking room again, and had the light inside the room on, and we closed the hallway, like the door to the hallway from his room. And out of no, like the door was closed, the light goes off, and we hear the flip switch, right? So I go up. It was dark as hell. I go up because I'm scared as hell right now, and I'm a pussy, so I need light on. So I go up. I go up, and I'm not shitting you guys. I could not find right next to the door. You know, it was dark as hell. There was no moonlight. I could not find the light switch. And I had the door handle in my hand, and on the right side, there was no freaking light switch. That's when I got so freaked out. I got back in the bed. The fucking door opens, right? And I shit you not, there was like a dark shadow behind the door doing this shit. Like, bleeding over. We started screaming bloody murder, hiding under the blanket. There was nobody, because we screamed and stuff, and then after like 5-10 minutes the lights went back on, and 3 hours from then the parents came home, and it wasn't the mother, it was nobody. They were not there. The festival they were was like 2 hours away. So after 3 hours, then they were finally home. 3 hours or 2.5 hours after that, there was nobody there.
So and who came in the door? Like,
we don't know until this day. I don't know who that was.
Who got up and shut the door?
Huh? He did.
Right,
but because the light went back on. The light went back on after a few minutes. Like the light went back on. Everything was fine again.
Came back on its own?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
So and that's like, I'm not like, that's what I'm trying to saying. Like, it's like I now thinking about this whole shit again, and I actually talked to him about it. I still am connected with him over Facebook, you know, in Germany, and that shit still freaks me out. And now realizing what other people do and stuff, and then when I went to Waverly Hills in Louisville, like that shit got me freaked out because there's no explanation, and there's so many times where weird shit happened in that house, like metal doors opening by themselves, but those doors, you had to pull them to get out, and they're heavy metal doors for the that when there's a fire from the boiler room, that the fire doesn't catch over to the house so quick, because wooden doors would just break and go through if there's an explosion and stuff. Because old German houses, they were old German houses, they had like gas, like normal gas that you have, not the liquid.
Where's this going now?
But I'm just
Germans and gas. I'm getting a little scared.
No. And metal doors from furnace rooms.
Yeah, furnace and gas and metal.
No, they
doors.
call it just a boiler room because it's like that heats.
It's where you boil
up,
the
right?
skin off.
No, but anyways, so the door opened. Like the door opened by itself, and it was a solid. I don't know, man. Like I don't know, like a bunker door. I don't fucking know. With a heavy, solid, damn door that is no possible reason.
Were there scratch marks on the other side?
No.
Oh well, maybe it wasn't used.
But
I thought it was.
But you know, and like I said, I'm fight everything. But the reason I can tell it was it ghost. I don't know. Do I believe in that? I don't know. I do believe there are things so right now that I can't with my brain can comprehend, where I don't know what the hell is going on, and I can't scientifically, and I'm not a dumb dude. I mean, I sound like it, but it's my second language right now. There was no scientifically proven point in my life where I can be like, oh yeah, well there was wind and this and this. It's like bullshit. That it was scientifically not possible that all these things happened in that night. So I don't know what the fuck happened, and that scared the living shit out of me. And that was probably one of the scariest moments of my life.
Was that two separate stories that you just told?
Yeah.
Okay. The door was a different day, but I'm saying like a lot of weird shit happened there throughout the years, you know. But
fuck that place, I guess. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Just came in from Minus Live Stream. Appreciate the host, man. What's up, Bama? What's up, Minus?
Yo.
All right, so that's the ghost story. I'm not quite sure how I feel about your story, Pascal.
It didn't make my nipples hard. I can tell you that.
Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
It wasn't as creepy as your
scale rating of creepy. It was.
I tried to keep it short.
Nipples have ever gotten hard from a scary story.
Mine do.
I try to keep it short.
My nipples
because
got hard when my wife cut my hair the other day.
If I go into super detail, then we would sit here like till tomorrow, and I try to
Oh
keep
yeah,
it very
definitely.
short.
At least tomorrow, the next day.
You know, so
Yeah,
You
I'm
start
just
your,
saying,
unless you start your inward.
The
talking.
English language just has too many words in it.
no, it's just like
And not
it's
enough
like,
breaths.
a lot of things happened, and like I said, I mean, it's whatever you guys want to believe happened, I guess, but it was really scary moment in my life where I couldn't explain what happened, and it freaked me out, especially with that shadow thing. I don't know what happened. Damn.
Mascara.
Shots fired.
Ow.
Shots fired in the chat.
Oh, she did this. She did this to me. Told you, I went to bed and woke up like this.
Oh man.
Anyway, so let's get out of here, guys. We got the weird and wacky news.
Yeah, weird and wacky news is going to be a quick and easy story. I just found it weird and figured maybe you guys would too. So, especially like Robot was a part of this. Pascal, Wes, we all deal with going to court and we see the sentencing of things on people that do bad things. So apparently a defendant stole a car. He's 21 years old. And the judge, let's see, this happened in Hawaii. So don't go to Hawaii and steal a car, especially if you like
Where are you
your
gonna
sugar.
run to?
Yeah, hell yeah. Didn't even
There's
think
an
about that
ocean.
part.
You ain't get anywhere.
Yeah. So don't go there. Apparently, I'm assuming this guy just loves his Pepsi Cola. And so the judge sentenced him to 4 years of not allowed to drink Pepsi.
How can they monitor that though?
I don't know.
Because he stole a car.
Because he stole a car. His sentencing was 4 years without Pepsi.
Get the fuck out of here.
I wanna
Okay,
see a
there's more
picture
to
of
it.
this
There's
dude.
There's more to it.
Can he buy Coke?
The officers. He told the officers that his cousin had allowed him to drive the car to go buy soft drink. So that was his excuse of having a stolen car. Was he was buying
stole a
soft
car because I was buying soft drink for my cousin. Therefore, no more soft drinks for you.
Yeah. So he said that he's not going to steal any more cars, and he didn't want to be in jail
When
anymore
did this happen?
as well.
That sounds like a 90, like 60 sentencing there.
This was written on 3/25/19.
Oh shit.
Wow.
I'm trying to see if there's any more that goes with. There's not much that goes with it.
Hawaii's a crazy place, man.
MauiNews.com. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if it just pulls it up real quick. No, it didn't pull it up immediately. I was hoping it would go straight to since it was linked, it would go straight to the story. But apparently that's where it came from, was Maui News. So 4 years, no Pepsi. What would be your alls if you didn't want to go to jail and you had to give something up? What would you give up?
It has to be something I like, though.
I think we're going to just say it's something you're
Hold
like.
on. I mean, it's this guy. Was this guy literally charged with the fucking crime? And that's what they took. Like,
that was the sentencing.
this is the
yeah.
stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, I would
He
give
pled
up
no
Pepsi.
contest to charges of unauthorized control of a propelled vehicle and driving without a license.
How would you feel if that was your car? And they
But
told
it
this
would be
motherfucker, he's like, well, thank God. At least I got Diet Pepsi. What the fuck?
Brought to you by Pepsi Cola.
Right?
Yeah.
That is nuts. Anyway, okay. I can't.
I don't know.
I would be so pissed off if I was the victim of that crime.
He got what? 4 years of no Pepsi. But maybe that's what they do though. Maybe now they'll just follow him around and go, "Oh, he just drank a Pepsi, violated his parole, put him back in prison for whatever the terms are."
Right? That'd be pretty easy. I mean, I guess it'd be hard to tell if he did. Is there just someone walking around following him? Like,
Nah.
What,
cops are just
Pepsi?
like, cops are
The
Pepsi
Polar
check.
Pop,
Boom.
Dr. Pepper, bitch.
Or, what's this in the trash can?
Blood test, yep.
I filled it with Coke. I dumped the Pepsi out.
The label is
Taste the
just mind
bottle.
over matter. Mind over matter.
Placebo
See
effect.
this off. Fucking Horatio comes in.
You tell me this bites Pepsi?
There's Pepsi on his lips.
And on that
music.
note, guys, we're gonna get out of here.
He's about to get bottled up.
Oh.
Oh shit. So that's what we got. That was wild and wacky news.
All right, guys. Well, I want to say thank you all for coming out and hosting with me tonight. And I want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody that came through and refollowed, apparently, Bama. All the hosts, all the love, all the interaction. And are we going to be doing this on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, guys? What are we going to do?
I'm fine with Tuesdays.
Wednesdays
Tuesdays
is
are
fine with me.
cool.
Tuesdays is fine with me.
But
But
Wednesdays works too. I'm
Yeah.
malleable.
I'll be here when you tell me to be.
Same. So this week
What
was
do you-
I think this was just a fluke.
yeah,
We
okay.
had 2 Wednesdays in a row that were a fluke.
Then we'll be back next Tuesday night around 10 p.m., guys, and we'll have some more stuff to talk about. Until then, we'll see you guys later, and yeah, have a good week. Bye.
peace.
See you.